(1:15). This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Catherine Pereira and read by Niranjan Abesundara. 75% of the production of organic fertilizer has been completed. 2 liquid fertilizers have been introduced for the tea cultivation. Measures to obtain support from foreign countries to eradicate the COVID pandemic gets underway. Compensation payment for those affected by the burnt vessel commences today. Organic fertilizer revolution starts from Sabaragamuwa province. In world news, the U.S. team to visit Haiti and President Jovenel Moise's assassination. Director General of Agriculture Dr. W.M.W. Virakon said that the government's move to propagate the organic fertilizer usage has already been completed by 75%. A special program will be launched to educate the families of the society from this week with the support of Regional Agriculture Department. Accordingly, a propaganda program will be conducted at the village level. At present, a program to provide organic fertilizer to farmers is being accelerated. At least 50 units of the model composed production center will be established for each division with the support of the Department of Agriculture. Meanwhile, the Alcado Plantation Company has introduced a liquid organic fertilizer for organic tea cultivation. Accordingly, 2 organic fertilizer varieties of high percentage of nitrogen were introduced. Minister Dinesh Gunawardene has requested the Residential Consular General in Sri Lanka to mediate to obtain support to Sri Lanka, which is facing a threat of the COVID pandemic. He made the request when he met the Consul General of Philippines, Australia, Bulgaria, Seychelles, Ecuador and Portugal, and Poland. The meeting was held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He said the government is acting with all countries in a friendly manner. Payment of compensation to fishermen who lost their means of income due to the fired Express Pearl cargo vessel commenced from today. This is the amount of the interim compensation requested by the government before the total compensation received by the fishermen due to the shipwreck. Accordingly, 420 million rupees is to be distributed among 16,000 fishermen. The compensation money will be deposited onto the bank accounts and not distributed as checks. The money will be credited within this week, and those who do not receive it will be able to file appeals in this regard next week. The organic fertilizer production program is being carried out in the country actively. A program initiated from the Sabaragamuwa province has been named Sajiva Organic Revolution. This is a project being implemented under 6 stages. This program will be implemented centering the Ratnapura District Agriculture Training Centre. This program will also help to enhance environmental-friendly agricultural activities. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
People's Bank, celebrating 60 years of empowering the nation.
Several foreign countries have come forward to donate equipment needed for the country to eradicate the COVID pandemic. These countries are contributing their assistance due to the friendship with Sri Lanka. Therefore, the government has been able to save a large amount of money. A hospital in Belgium has donated several oxygen machines. Managing sector of the hospital handed over the stock of equipment to Sri Lankan ambassador in Brussels. Meanwhile, on the request made by the Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, International Red Cross Organization has also donated a large quantity of 50 oxygen machines to the Hambantota Hospital with the support of the Singapore and Red Cross Organization. Sri Lanka received a second batch of 26,000 doses of Pfizer vaccine manufactured in the U.S. brought to the country this morning. Accordingly, with its current stock of vaccine, the total volume of Pfizer vaccine which have been brought for so far stand at 52,000. Under the vaccination program, 106,000 persons vaccinated yesterday. Sinopharm vaccine have been given to more than 3 million people so far. Second dose has been given to 1 million people. That ends local news for now.
Towards a new dimension in innovation, People's Bank, celebrating 60 years of empowering the nation.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Foreign Ministry is ready to document information on Buddhist sacred sites in the world. Relationship with Buddhist countries in the world can be expanded through this move. The guidance of 3 Mahanikayas will be obtained for the success of this program, which is initiated by the government. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
On to Watchlight. The police have commenced a special program to nab the people who are not wearing face masks in common places and shops. The police officials have been deployed in civil and also with uniforms. The police have pointed out the behavior of some people cannot be approved amidst the opening of the country. The people's support is needed further to eradicate the pandemic situation. Well, that came to you in Watchlight. On to world news. U.S. team to visit Haiti on President Jovenel Moise's assassination. Lightning strike kills 11 taking selfies in India. Australia's COVID-19 Delta outbreak worsens despite Sydney lockdown. A U.S. delegation due to visit Haiti to assess the security situation there following last week's assassination of President Jovenel Moise. The team will also meet 3 Haitian politicians, each of whom is claiming to be the country's legitimate leader. Mr. Moise, 53, was killed at his Port-au-Prince residence on 7th of July by 28 foreign mercenaries, including retired Colombian soldiers, the Haitian police said. His wife was injured in the attack and then flown to the U.S. for treatment. Martin Moise later described the moment assassins riddled her husband with bullets after bursting into their home in the middle of the night. A lightning strike killed at least 11 people and injured many more in the northern city of Jaipur yesterday. The victims were taking selfies in the rain atop a watchtower at 12th century Armour Fort, a popular tourist attraction. Some 27 people were on the tower and also on the wall of the fort when the incident happened. Some of them reportedly jumped to the ground. Lightning strikes have been killing 2,000 Indians on average since 2004. A senior police officer told the media that the tower was a popular spot in fort, adding that most of the people among the dead were young. The prospect of extended lockdown in Sydney loomed today as Australian health officials reported yet another record daily rise in COVID-19 cases for the year, fueled by the highly infectious Delta variant. Thousands of people have protested against Cuba's communist government in the capital Havana and several cities in the biggest demonstrations on the island in almost 30 years. Marchers were seen calling for freedom, democracy, and demanding vaccine to tackle coronavirus pandemic. Demonstrations, which are rare in Cuba, come as the country reports a record number of COVID infections. And back to the headlines of the world news. U.S. team to visit Haiti after President Jovenel Moise's assassination. Lightning strike kills 11 taking selfies in India. Australia's COVID-19 Delta outbreak worsens despite Sydney lockdown. That was world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, number 1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Construction work of the Colombo Bird Sanctuary on 39 acres in Madivella is being carried out. The aim is to attract foreign and local tourists. Meanwhile, speedy solutions will be given to the traffic congestion at the Negombo-Kochikade town. State Minister Nimal Lanza is engaged in an observation today to look into the measures to be taken in this regard. That was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, number 1 in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
On to sports news. The Pakistan Cricket Control Board is expected to work with support of the Sri Lanka Cricket Institute and the Bangladesh Cricket Control Board at 4 cricket and tournament series for the World Championship Trophy, which is to be held in the future. The main aim is to obtain the host for the T20 World Championship Cricket Tournament and for the Cricket Championship Tournament. Novak Djokovic's bid for Golden Slam is in doubt after the Wimbledon champion said he was 50-50 whether to go to Tokyo Olympics. The world number 1 beat Matteo Berrettini 6-4, 4-7, 6-4, 6-4, 6-3 yesterday to retain his Wimbledon crown and win a 3rd Grand Slam of the year. That was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Agrarian Services Centres open an agri-products trade stall, agri-bank and an agricultural Banjhala in the Hambantota Division Secretary Division. Organic fertilizer could be purchased from agri-products trade stalls. Necessary finance in this regard could be obtained from the Agrarian Bank. The plants of cinnamon, pepper and areca were distributed among farmer families in order to expand small-scale entrepreneurs in the area. That was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic News. Courtesy of
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
A Saubhagya production village program was initiated from Godakawala in the Ratnapura district. The Mavatalanda Liladari division has been selected for jewel-related industry. Industrialists will be encouraged by establishing production villages in the rural areas. The objective of this move is to increase the national production in the country. The Saubhagya Bureau has approved the 19 project proposals of the 17 individual secret divisions in the district. 65 million rupees have been approved in this regard. That is Economic News.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Met Department says showers and thundershowers will occur at times in the central and Sabaragawa provinces. Several spells of showers will occur in the western, northwestern provinces and the Galle and Madura districts. Strong gust of winds up to 6 kilometers per hour likely at some times over the western slopes of the central hills, and gust of winds at times are likely in the northern, north central, northwestern, western and southern provinces and in the Trincomalee district. That was the weather report.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Back to the headlines of the news. 75% of the production of the organic fertilizer has been completed. 2 liquid fertilizers have been introduced for tea cultivation. Measures to obtain support from foreign countries to eradicate COVID pandemic gets underway. Compensation payment for those affected by the burnt vessel commences today. Organic fertilizer revolution starts from Sabaragawa province. And in world news, a U.S. team to visit Haiti at President Jovenel Moise's assassination.